Football is a funny old game, isn't it? And the mere fact that I, as a Manchester United fan right now, am calling Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City our rivals, comparing to where we were this time last season, in fact the way that we finished last season, is staggering on its own. But this weekend has proved one thing. Manchester United are back in the mix and the teams around us are starting to buckle, and buckle big time. Manchester City being one of them. The machine that is Erling Haaland. If this man does not score, City do not win. City have become another one-man band again, and it's Erling Haaland or nothing for Manchester City. I'm looking at this here on FUTV United TV from a rival point of view because Manchester United, 9 games into the season, a quarter of the way through the Premier League season, are level on points with exactly the same record as the blue side of Manchester, Man City, the machine that is supposedly Pep Guardiola's free-flowing football squad. It's just not there anymore. It isn't there. City are struggling. 2-0 against Everton at home. 1-0 against Brentford. Yes, clean sheets. But unless Erling Haaland is scoring goals, Manchester City do not operate. So, yeah, I'm having a go at Pep Guardiola. I'm having a go at Manchester City. Man, Jadon Sancho even managed to get minutes on the pitch today and still beat Manchester City. By the way, he got subbed on and subbed off. A former Manchester City Academy graduate who went to Manchester United, has stunk the place out, comes on, goes off, and Villa still beat Man City. Again, you've got Bernardo Silva coming out, the club captain of Manchester City. They loved Bernardo Silva by all Manchester City fans, coming out and saying that Manchester City's defence weren't up for it, not good enough, not combative enough, not winning the balls, 5 seconds behind every single challenge. Now, I'm sorry, you could look at Man City and say, yeah, they played a tough game in midweek in Europe. It wasn't really tough, was it? But Villa played on Thursday, did they not? Yes, that's right. Villa also played in Europe this week, and they lost as well. So for them to come back into the Premier League, you would expect to be more knackered and worn down than Man City. Then you're looking at this and you're saying that there is no excuse for City on this one. 3rd season in a row that City have lost at Villa Park as well. And credit to Villa, by the way, 4 wins in a row for them. They're right up behind us now, Manchester United, so they're actually back in the fray as well. But just to be talking about the rivals and what they're doing, as a Manchester United fan, gives me belief that this is going to be one of the most interesting Premier League seasons to date. There's only Arsenal who are really running away with things at the moment. They're just a boring machine that just keeps grinding out wins with clean sheets, and yeah, look, it's effective. The top, clear at the top as well. But I just don't see the threat in Liverpool. I don't see the threat in Man City. And Chelsea, honestly, you can forget about it. They just don't know what their best team is right now. City know what their best team is. The problem they've got is their best players are just not up for the fight like they was before for Pep Guardiola. And the evidence is clearly there. Yes, they've not lost a game. And it's the first game they've lost since August. But I guarantee you, since August, Erling Haaland has scored in every single game. And the fact that the record was 12 games in a row that he had scored in, and that's come to an end today, and lo and behold, Manchester City lose a game again and are on level points with Manchester United. No Haaland, no party for Pep Guardiola. Has Pep run out of ideas? I think he has run out of ideas. I think he's realised that his tiki-taka football style right now is just not going to work and operate anymore. And the old-fashioned type of football just doesn't suit him in England. I would not be surprised if Pep Guardiola walked at the end of the season because he cannot cope in this league anymore. He hasn't got what it takes. The players are absolutely worn out. You're just not getting as much. They haven't replaced their key players. You haven't got enough replacements for Rodri. You haven't got enough good replacements for Bernardo Silva, for Kevin De Bruyne. The players that City have got in this side are not good enough. Jack Grealish should still be playing for Manchester City now, but you loaned him out to Everton because Pep doesn't like him, because he wants to take too much of the centre stage. Look, there's so much wrong with Manchester City right now that people are not talking about because they were just getting wins. But I'm telling you right now, it's down to one reason and one reason alone, and that's Erling Haaland. And the man is an absolute machine. I can slag City off as much as I want, But while Erling Haaland is there, Manchester City are always going to be a threat. If you nullify that man, it is game over. Completely game over. City fans will come back and say, we were winning before Haaland scored his goals against Manchester United. It was already 1-0 up for them. Look, at 1-0, Man United are right in that game. And then Haaland completely decimates some misjudgment and poor defending from Manchester United. And he is clinical. I'm not taking anything away. He's a leading goal scorer. Manchester City, by the way. And if you wanted a fact and a stat that tells you everything you need to know about how bad they are, and backing up what I have just said about Erling Haaland is light years ahead of everyone else in terms of the goal-scoring charts this season, with 11 league goals to his name. 11 league goals. How are you only fifth in the table? In fact, let me just double check, because I think City, after the Spurs results, are even further down the table right now. So I'm going to double check this quickly while we're actually doing this video. And yes, indeed, Manchester City are now, let's look at it. Fifth. I was right all along. I was right. Manchester City are fifth with Erling Haaland 11 goals into this campaign. How have you got a striker that scored 11 goals in 9 Premier League games and you're only fifth? You're not even in the Champions League places. It shows you the deficiencies around Manchester City's squad right now, and Pep Guardiola relying on one man. It literally does. Like, I know he is part of Man City, and if he scores, City win and everything like that. I'm not going to come out here and say if it wasn't for Erling Haaland, City would be so far down the league. Look, he is part of that squad. But I'm talking about a Pep Guardiola, a tiki-taka, brilliant football manager. Even he has had to adapt his game to try and get through and survive right now. There's no way that Pep survives. He doesn't. And again, they were found out today. City have scored 17 goals this season in total in 9 games. They've only had, 6 other goals scored apart from Erling Haaland's 11. Without him, City are dead. And today, Villa stopped him. And guess what? Yeah, City lost. You look at the stats, you look at all of the games that City have lost, and if Erling Haaland has actually scored in them games. You know what? I've not even looked at Manchester City's record from this season and checked if the games that they have actually lost, Haaland has scored in. So let's just double check this right now and see. The games that Manchester City have lost: Spurs at home, Haaland did not score. Brighton away, Haaland scored, so you can hold that one against me. But still, 1 goal for Haaland isn't enough these days, it would seem. And then again against Aston Villa. So effectively, 2 of the games that City have lost, Haaland's not scored. That proves the point. Without him, Manchester City are done. And I just think overall, even a team like us, Manchester United, right now, we're in a miles better position than what City are. I think the squad is more cohesive. I think the squad is more understanding of what Ruben Amorim wants compared to what Pep Guardiola wants. And I believe that there are better teams out there right now. In fact, I think Spurs are a better side overall than Manchester City right now. They just understand and want to play for the manager. I think Pep's time is running out right now, and that's just how I read the situation. Give me your thoughts on this and let me know. That was our first rival reaction. I'm going to be doing more rival watches. I'm going to watch a few more of Manchester United's competitors now. Now that United are challenging, I am manifesting Man United being up there and challenging for Europe. So we're going to keep an eye on them rivals around us and the teams around us as well in the Premier League. But give me your thoughts on that, everybody. That's me, a United fan, going in on Man City. And you know what? I feel like I can. And I feel like I can say these things in confidence that we can hold it up as well. I know it's only 3 wins, but I feel movement in Manchester United. So let's see the Laughing City fans come in and give their excuse about what they've been doing. Try and fill the stadium first and then come back and tell me that Manchester United are not moving in the right direction compared to Manchester City. On and off the pitch, United are still an absolute force. We've just managed to catch up a bit right now on the pitch. Look, I've said enough. Give me your comments in the comment section. Like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. This is Forever United TV. I'll see you all later on, everybody.